Look, let's talk about Gerrard potentially going to Aston Villa. Cundy, what do you make of it?
Well, he's rumoured to be interested, right? There's an article in the Telegraph that we've seen that broke a little earlier, and it's going to be going out tomorrow. And I heard it on talkSPORT earlier, actually, that he is interested. Now, how much interested means, it's. I think when you're a manager, you always, and in fact in any industry, but we're talking football right now. Whether you're a player or a manager, you want to be at the best level you can be, right? The best level up against the best either players or best managers. And if an opportunity presents itself, and I know the Rangers fans, and I don't want to go down this route about biggest league, biggest club, who's this, who's that, because that descends into a very different conversation, all right? Very different conversation. But right now, what you can't argue with is that if he was to be a manager of Aston Villa, it's a huge football club, he will be pitting his wits against... We've probably got the best 5 managers in the world right now. Right? I mean, right up there. Pep, Klopp,
Ollie,
Tuchel. Okay. Why have you done that? Why have you done that? Why have you gone there?
David Moyes.
Right? Well, okay. David Moyes is another one, right? You can throw him in there. Antonio Conte. Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, you got...
Well, the best managers want to be in the Premier League right now. You can see that because they're all coming.
Well, right now, we have the best managers in the world in our league. Mm. There's other managers around. I'm not saying there isn't, but
no, I agree. But only Nagelsmann probably is the one who's not.
Okay, all right. So he's managing one of the biggest clubs in the world in Bayern. You can't have everyone. Someone's got to be managing elsewhere. And that I think is going to be if there is going to be a temptation from Gerrard to come up and pit his wits against. Imagine going up against Klopp and against Tuchel and against Antonio Conte.
No,
right? Imagine that right now.
Of course. But I look at Rangers and I think he's done a great job there. He's turned it around for them. He won the league. They're top at the minute, in the current league this season. They're having another good season. Do you think is this now the time for him to leave? Why, or is it maybe because it's a big risk going to Aston Villa? The 16th in the table. They've lost 5 on the bounce. Confidence is low. He's going in. It's almost a third of the way through the season.
Yeah.
Is it a step down from Rangers?
It's not a step down, is it? I mean, I just made the point that you're up against... No,
but it's a huge risk going there. Because he could go there and it not work out, and then the dreams of him going to Liverpool are gone.
Clearly, he's a very brave boy. As a player, he was a brave player, wasn't he? Right? And he never, ever doubted himself, right? So he's gone to Rangers. That's a big call. A big call. And don't forget, he went there when Brendan Rodgers was manager of Celtic, right? And Brendan was doing all sorts up in... He was no one could touch him. So he went at a time when he was up against a manager that had the best team, one of the best Celtic teams that we've seen in a while, winning all sorts, right? He was doing the double, quadruple, triple, whatever it was, right? So he was pulling up trees. So to go there at that time... That shows he backs himself. So I don't think lack of confidence or seeing it as a risk. I'm not sure he will see it that way. But he will weigh up his options. He'll work out now whether Villa right now is the club that he wants to go to, or whether he still has a project at Rangers, whether he still wants to continue, winning back-to-back titles, making sure that he dominates in Scottish football, which I have to say is something that Rangers haven't done for 12, 13, how many years it is, over a decade, right?
All right, but what about Aston Villa, right? They're not going to get in the Champions League. They're not. In my opinion, they're not going to get European competition this season. At Rangers, you're guaranteed you're going to be in European competition. You might get Champions League. You're going to get Europa League. So that's a massive pull for a manager to put yourself in that scenario where you're playing against European teams, not just. I know the Premier League's massive in all, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the right time yet for Gerrard to leave there. Well, it's got a good thing. I think it's a huge risk going to Villa.
Might be a huge risk staying as well. I mean, if he doesn't win the title this season, you finish in second, right? Well, finishing second, you might as well finish third or fourth because you're up against the biggest rival. So, I can't remember the last time someone won a title outside of Rangers and Celtic. It was probably Aberdeen. Was it? It might have been back as far as Sir Alex. I don't. Well, my Scottish Premier League football knowledge.
Well, we blame Bill for not getting.
No. We're probably okay. So, but that's the last time that someone split them, right? I seem to remember.
Yeah, maybe. So I reckon so.
So even finishing second is failure up in Scotland. It is. It's failure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you have to win.
Look what happened to Lennon last year, right? Finished second. Okay, Aberdeen 1985. So it was Sir Alex, right? So there you go. That shows you how long ago that someone split those two teams. And if you finish second up in Scotland, that is, I mean, you could argue that's failure. Certainly the way they judged it. And the Rangers and Celtic fans come and tell me different. How do you view it?